Somebody kill that fucking alarm. Cartwright marched the pack of guards forward with military precision. Peters sprinted out of the cell block. Both the alarm and screaming convulsions ceased moments later. Get your ass up, son, Cartwright barked. This is the second time I've caught you sitting on the job. There won't be a third. Yes, sir, I snapped to attention, the need to follow orders superseding my fears. And this is the second time I've told you not to call me sir, he snarled. Now if you'll kindly get out of my way, this inmate is coming with me. I turned my head back toward Frankie. He was sitting in the corner of his cell, shoulders slack, and blood gushing from his face. Russo attacked me, Cartwright. I pointed to Frankie's blood on my uniform. I popped him so hard I think I broke his nose. I'm taking him to medical, then making him clean my uniform by hand. This inmate has a prior engagement, Gonzalez. He raised his eyebrow. We don't allow for inmates to miss appointments in this facility. I understand that, Cartwright, but I assume you don't allow them to assault guards without proper punishment either. It's my first shift on the job. What will the other inmates think if I don't deal with this? Cartwright's glare turned my mouth dry. The guard unit towered behind him like stone statues, eagerly awaiting their leader's orders. He took his time surveying the cell, letting his gaze fall from Frankie's beaten face over to my bloodied uniform. Huh, he sighed. Well, I suppose you're right. The inmate's appointment will have to be rescheduled. Do what you have to do. Make sure it ain't nothing medical can't fix. I heard Frankie stand up behind me. All right, boys, change of plans, Cartwright commanded his minions. Let's move on to the next cell block. I watched them march off without blinking, holding Frankie back with my right hand behind me. Peters glared towards us from the desk for a moment, before following after Cartwright. What the fuck did you just do, big guy? Frankie coughed. I think I just saved your life. How about a bit of appreciation? Yeah, at the expense of yours. What the fuck were you thinking? We gotta get out of here. I know. You're pretty banged up. We need to get to we need to get the fuck out of here. Don't you get it? You've been here 2 friggin' hours and you've already pissed off the warden and the lead sergeant. Guards have gone missing for less. I've dealt with assholes much worse than those two in the Navy. I think I can handle myself. Placed cuffs around his wrist. Now, lead the way to medical. I escorted Frankie down the adjacent corridor. The hallway seemed longer than I remembered. The men who were once silent, rocking themselves back and forth, were now lying on their backs. The scent of death rushed my nostrils as we reached the end. One of the inmates had expired. Jesus! I gasped. I need to get a medical team in here ASAP. Don't bother, big guy. They have a crew run through here every couple of days to clear out the dead ones, Frankie responded. Frankie. I halted. I've heard so much bullshit from Cartwright, Peters, and now you. Tell me what's going on around here. Tell me about the grinder. I need to know. Haven't you heard? Frankie walked forward without facing me. They suck out the prisoner's screams and sell them to a demon. Don't fucking bullshit me, Frankie. Tell me the truth. You owe me that much. I don't owe you shit, Frankie cried as he stopped to face me. You think I know the truth? I have no clue what goes on around here. Take a look around you. It sure as hell ain't nothing good. That dead guy you're so worried about? He was fine until a couple weeks ago when he got picked out. When they brought him back, he looked about 30 years older and wouldn't talk. Now look at him. Frankie gazed into me with eyes full of tears. You need to help me get out of here, he continued. If not, I'm as dead as he is. You think I'm gonna risk my job for you? My livelihood? My wife left me the day I got kicked out of the military. If I don't give her $1,000 a month for child support, I'll never see my daughter again. You think somewhere other than this shithole is gonna hire me with a dishonorable discharge? Oh, so that's what this is. Just following orders, right? Right, I growled, pushing him forward. We continued the rest of the walk in silence. I couldn't help but wonder what was really going on in the facility. Demons weren't real, were they? What purpose would a demon have with human screams? And how would Cartwright go about sucking them out? Frankie stopped to face me once more when we arrived at the medical bay door. Look, I just want to say thank you for saving my neck back there, big guy. I got a little worked up, but I do appreciate it. I need one more favor from you, though. I'm not helping you escape, Frankie. Don't ask me again. It's not that. He hesitated. I've got a letter in my back pocket. The medical officers will confiscate it if they find it. It took me 2 years to find a piece of paper and another 3 to get a hold of a red marker. Please, just hold it for me while I'm in there. And I won't ask you for nothing else. Fine, I sighed as I uncuffed him. Let's go. I grabbed the letter from Frankie and opened the door. I was immediately hit by the sickly, sweet stench of rot and ammonia. Little Frankie! A frighteningly large inmate bellowed out as he approached us. He must have been at least 7 feet tall. Is he? Frankie exclaimed, while giving him a playful punch to the gut. How many times do I have to tell you not to call me little? How can I help you, sir? Izzy addressed me as he lightly shoved Frankie out of his way. Inmate Russo had a bit of an accident and needs to get cleaned up. Are you the one who takes care of appointments? Not exactly, sir. I'm the facility's medical doctor. Well, how frickin' rude of me, Frankie interrupted. Ismael, this is Officer Gonzalez. He's one of the good ones. Big guy, this is Izzy. He used to be a medical officer in the army back in the day. He got caught patching up wounded enemies. Now he's stuck down here with the rest of us. Why would you do that? I had to crane my neck to meet his eyes. Didn't that go against your orders? Sometimes doing the right thing is more important than following an order. He gave a faint smile. There's the new guy. A blonde, stocky officer approached me from the doorway, with the voice of a lifelong smoker. He was half a foot shorter than me, but his body was an intimidating mixture of muscle and fat. He looked like he could punch a brick into a diamond. The name's Williams. He reached forward. Peter said you'd be down here. Nice to meet you. I shook his hand. Is he looking for me or something? Nah, not at all. I just came here to give you the grand tour. Follow me. Williams led me back towards the hallway. Izzy started cleaning up Frankie as we left. So, you've already seen our main units, Williams said as he walked. I'm gonna show you where the power supply room is.
in case you ever need to shut off the alarm.
What's up with that thing anyway? It's gone off 2 times since I've been here.
The generator down here is from the 1930s. Big, ugly diesel thing. If too much power is consumed at once, the alarm gets tripped.
All we have down here is light bulbs and computers. What could possibly be using up so much energy?
I'm gonna give you a word of advice.
William stopped and turned towards me.
Don't ask questions around here. You'll end up with a target on your back. I was curious like you when I first started. Almost got my ass canned. I got a dishonorable discharge, so I would have been shit out of luck.
Wait, you got a dishonorable too?
You don't get it, do you?
He scoffed.
We all got one. Me, Peters, even old man Willie up in the shack. You think Cartwright hangs out at the military trials because he's looking for the best of the best? He's trying to find guys who don't have any other options.
He scanned the corridor before continuing.
And another thing, don't get too close to these inmates. The boss man and Peters already got their eye on you after that stunt you pulled.
What stunt?
Taking Russo to medical when he got picked. That inmate has it coming after what he did.
What did he do? I asked, raising my brow.
He tried to escape a few months ago. He stabbed a guard in the process. The guy has been on medical leave ever since. You're his replacement. Did he tell you why he's in here?
Yeah, he did. He said he read a congressman's mind at a cocktail party and got busted for it.
Oh, it was more than that, brother.
He started walking down the hall once more.
The guy is a con artist. Russo would pretend to read someone's mind to distract a crowd, while one of his buddies pickpocketed the wealthy-looking ones. One day, they stole a USB stick from a ranking member of the Intelligence Committee. His biggest mistake was plugging it into a computer to see what was on it. That's what landed his ass in here.
Are you saying he lied to me?
Are you saying you're surprised an inmate lied to a CO?
He chuckled. We were stopped by a sudden convulsion below us. The tremor rocked the ground so hard that specks of dust rained off the ceiling. The medical bay door burst open down the hall. An inmate started sprinting towards us with blood spurting out of his side as a deep cacophony of screams echoed around the facility.
Looks like no power room after all,
William shouted as he ran towards the prisoner.
Let's go!
I chased after him with the ground still trembling with aftershocks, the lights flickering. William shoulder tackled the inmate just as sirens began to blare, painting the hall in an all-too-familiar red hue. I stumbled backward, startled by the sudden commotion. The echo of rushed footsteps called out from behind me.
What the fuck are you doing, Gonzalez?
William shouted as he struggled to detain the crazed inmate.
Help me!
I rushed over and grabbed the inmate's arm, snapped out of my trance by the sudden command. He had a large gash running down his left side. It was so deep that some of his intestines were spilling out. We slipped and slid over a pool of his blood as we grappled him into submission. Peters barreled towards us as we held the inmate down, leading a group of 4 guards.
Out of the way!
He screamed, barely audible over the blaring siren. The guard unit descended upon the seizing inmate, shoving us out of their way. One guard held each of his limbs as Peters pulled out his baton and prepared to strike. "He's not fighting anymore!" I shouted, placing myself in front of Peters.
You better fall in line!
Peters threw me against the wall, holding me in place with a baton at my throat.
Or you're next!
His dark circled eyes glowed a fiery red with every spin of the siren's lights.
I shoved him away from me and sprinted towards the medical bay. I had to make sure Frankie was okay. I heard a sickening crack ring out above the siren as Peters began striking the inmate. My lungs were burning in my chest by the time I reached the medical bay. My heart was pounding with anxiety. I pushed through the door just as the alarms were silenced. I found Frankie trying to shimmy his way up some sort of service elevator cable at the far end of the room. "What are you doing, Frankie?" I called, trying to catch my breath. "I'm getting out of here, big guy. It's a long climb, but I think I can make it. You should come with me. You're not safe here, trust me." "Trust you?" I shouted as I ran over and pulled him down. "I did trust you and you lied to me." "Get off me!" he yelled, pushing me away. "Or what? You're gonna stab me like you did the other guard?" Frankie hesitated for a moment before continuing. "I got a family too, you know. My ma back home in Jersey. I did what I had to do to get back to her. Look at this place, big guy. Dead bodies in cells, guards beating inmates. You can smell the stench of death in this room, can't you?" My hands trembled as I gripped my fist, looking around the room. Frankie was right. I took a deep breath, the overwhelming scent of rot tickling my senses. "I'm getting out of here, big guy. With or without you." He started climbing the elevator cable once again. I watched him in silence as he climbed higher and higher, gritting my teeth. Just before his feet pulled out of sight into the next floor, I heard a thick South Carolina accent call out from behind me. "Going somewhere, inmate?"
Greetings, friends and fiends. It is I, Chronicler. We here at Creepy Spaghet would like to thank Dismal Apparition for allowing us to tell their story. If you enjoyed this story, be sure to subscribe to stay updated on these terrible tales. And make sure to check out the author in the links below. If you're interested in having your story narrated, be sure to reach out to our humble overseer, as he continues his journey to pull the darkest stories from the infinite depths of the internet. Until next time, fiends. And remember, we are darkness.